All right, I want to talk about how men are not allowed to be human. We are completely not allowed to be human. All right? How do I know? It's because I am a male and human. All right? I'm still trying to decide whether or not if I'm a man or not. I know for sure I'm not a boy, but I don't know. I don't know at this point because men. Oh my gosh. I knew it. I knew it. Where's, come on. Oh my gosh. See, I fucking knew it. That... Hold up, hold up. I knew, I had a feeling. And I like the station. It's pretty nice. Ravenswood. Caution, the doors are about to close. Oh my gosh. Why do dispatch always seem to take forever with Metro? Well, they should be doing by now. All right. Oh my gosh. It's funny how that thing came, and it's slightly on topic, okay? Because I am not a normie, and I don't want to be a normie. But anyways, going on topic. What was the first one? Okay, yeah, being a male versus a man. So, a man isn't born. All right, men, we're not born. All right. We're created, all right? Because females, they are born, women, they are born with their value. Us men, we have to create our value, all right? And, man, my mouth is so thirsty or whatever. But we have to create our value. Us men, we are not respected or even seen as men unless we have something to provide for the world, all right? If we're not providing anything for the world, we are not considered as even human, all right? So now, what inspired this topic, or what inspired this topic is, it's been brought to my attention that apparently I was up in my feelings when I left my former modern parents, all right? Look, it's a rumor. I don't know how true it is, but if it is, and I would not be surprised if it is, and evidence does point that is believed of me, but it just shows how my feelings and my emotions and my human reaction to what I've been through in my former modern family is just ignored, all right? And it just sucks. It really just sucks. It really do. Us men, we can't catch a break for nothing at all. Like, let's start with the dating stuff. Let's get the dating stuff out the way, all right? Men who can't attract women, involuntarily celibate men. I don't know if I could say the what you call it version of it, the shortened version of it, because that's what got me to have a community guideline strike. But involuntarily celibate men, they're telling their story of how they cannot attract women. Like, they literally have a personality, all right? They work on themselves. They're nice or whatever. They're nice. They're just being polite, having a nice personality or whatever that means. A cool personality. They dress properly. and everything. All right. And after years and years and years in doing that, and still, you know, deciding to approach women, they're still being rejected. And then after a while, he's constantly getting rejected. He's going to grow frustrated. It's not about sex, people. It's not about sex at all. It's about a growing frustration. All right. Constant rejection would do something to somebody's psyche. And that's just the way it is. It's just literally the way it is. It does something to someone's psychic. Being constantly told, this is going far, way further than just dating and relationships. If a man or anybody for that matter is constantly being denied certain services, especially human services like relationships, they're going to grow frustrated. Now, I am not condoning those men, and anyone for that matter, that decide to act out and, get violent. I'm not condoning that. No, absolutely not. Those men who feel, and women too, y'all ain't so perfect now. All those men and women, I want to specifically say the men, because they're the main ones who usually do it, because we're the victims here. But anyways, those men who act out because they're constantly getting rejected by females, they clearly need to get some help. Really, maybe seriously get some help, because that's not funny. That's not good. Seriously. But anyways, I like the spot. You have the L station here, tracks over here, and everything. But yeah, those men who are acting out, no, absolutely not. So and then on top of that, going past dating, we talk about how it's hard for us to get a job. Look, young men, let's use myself for an example. We're struggling to find jobs, and I'm about to quit my job, and I know I'm going to struggle. We're over there trying to look for jobs and everything, and these companies want to constantly reject us because of DEI hires. They favoring females, women over men, because females are just nicer or whatever, or just preferred or whatever. And now us men, we're saying this, they're hiring women more than men, and they want to gaslight us as if we're the problem. Like, we're not allowed to get frustrated. We're not allowed to be upset why we can't get jobs. And because of that, all we're doing is fighting the patriarchy, but still there should be no excuse to why you can't get a job, or you can't be successful. It's your job as the man to provide. Okay, you expect me to provide while at the same time you're favoriting DEI hires. You're favoriting DEI hires, women, black, gays. You're favoring all these people and expecting me to still somehow provide everything. Because if a war breaks out, feminism for the most part is out the window. They're all of a sudden becoming a humble, meek woman temporarily, while the men, we go out there and fight. It's just sad. As men, we're not allowed to complain. We're not allowed to struggle. All right. It even sucks this way. It sucks this way. Us men, when we are working or whatever, our parents die, or family member die or whatever, the first thing they be like, I'm sorry for your loss, but you got to be at work at this time still. How in the world you expect him to be able to work and mentally work when a loved one just died? If a female did, if her family member died, they don't give her all the support she has. And that's the thing. And somewhat even happens along with us men. Depending. It's merely normie men. All right? Normie men. Whenever, I feel like even they can't even trust their own buddies. Because whenever whenever they vent to their male friends or whatever, their normie male friends, they expect them, oh, just do this, that, X, Y, Z, and then you'll be good. And if it doesn't work, you're clearly doing something wrong. It makes no sense. It really don't. It really don't. Seriously. Like the gaslighting. It doesn't make no sense. Like, we can't call each other handsome. We can't call each other attractive. This ain't no homo junk. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Females, they have a support group. They constantly call each other pretty and attractive all the time. But as men, we do it. It's a problem. And then the women, they're jealous because as men, generally speaking, as men, we can really vent to each other in ways in certain, we handle our depression and stress out by hanging with the boys, and the girls don't like that. It's sad. They try to act like men, but when the bill comes due or serious things come around, they want to go right back into woman mode. It's just sad. Us men, we're not allowed to struggle for nothing. We're really expected to just ignore our humanity and be either less a human or more than a human. It doesn't make no sense. While the women, they're treated as if they are human or something more. So yeah, it can explain why as men we're disposable, and it sucks. And that's why a lot of young men were speaking out on this now. Such as myself. I express all my complaints, well, not all, but a lot of my complaints with my former modern family and my post-childhood family. And they've all thrown it out the window. As if I'm the problem, as if I'm overreacting. I hate that. Stop saying that us men are overreacting. We're clearly going through something. And the first solution y'all gotta say, talk about normies, is you're doing something wrong. Actually look at what's going on in my own shoes. Us men, we're struggling, we're stressed, and we're constantly ignored. I promise, if enough men, I'll even say males, this happens as early as when we are kids. As soon as we're boys, we're complaining. It's she said, he said, or whatever. He said, she said, whatever. You know what the point I'm saying, but the point is we're ignored. All right. If enough men decide to just check out, and it is slightly happening with us young men. If enough men in the United States check out, we're done. Society's done. So the world better start treating men right, or else before we put our foot down and start really not caring. Otherwise, I'm at CTA Damon. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. All clear.